Subscribe to our channel to receive more content like this.
What if the person everyone thought was a failure became one of history's greatest heroes of compassion? Imagine a man who spent his youth gambling away everything he owned. He had a terrible temper, no direction in life, and a painful wound on his leg that never seemed to heal. Most people looked at him and saw someone with no future. But that same man would go on to change the way sick people were cared for forever. This is the incredible story of St. Camillus of Lellis, a man who discovered that sometimes our greatest weakness can become our greatest purpose. Camillus was born in Italy in 1550. He was unusually tall and strong, but his childhood was far from peaceful. His father was a soldier, and Camillus eventually followed the same path. As a young man, he loved gambling. In fact, it became an addiction. He lost money again and again until one day he had nothing left. No savings, no job, no home. To make matters worse, he suffered from a painful wound on one of his legs. It refused to heal and caused him constant pain. Because of it, he spent long periods in hospitals. But instead of finding comfort there, Camillus was shocked by what he saw. Many hospitals in those days were dirty and overcrowded. Sick people were often ignored. Some were left alone without proper food, clean beds, or kind words. The patients were treated as if they didn't matter. At first, Camillus wasn't thinking about changing the world. He was simply trying to survive. He found work wherever he could, even helping to build a monastery. One day, while working there, something happened that changed his life forever. Camillus began thinking deeply about the choices he had made. He realized how much of his life had been wasted chasing money, gambling, and selfish desires. Filled with regret, he prayed to God with complete honesty. He asked for a second chance. That moment became the turning point of his life. Camillus gave up gambling and decided he wanted to serve God instead. He even tried to become a Franciscan friar. But because his leg wound never healed, he was turned away. For many people, that rejection would have been the end of the story. But for Camillus, it became the beginning. Since he couldn't join the order, he returned to working in hospitals. This time, everything was different. He no longer saw patients as strangers. He saw them as people who deserved love, dignity, and hope. Camillus noticed that many hospital workers treated patients like burdens. So he gathered a small group of men who shared his vision. He taught them that caring for the sick wasn't just another job, it was an act of love. He insisted that every patient should be treated as if they were Christ himself. They cleaned wounds gently. They changed dirty beds. They comforted frightened patients. They stayed with people who had been abandoned by everyone else. Soon, their example began inspiring others. Camillus was eventually ordained as a priest. He then founded a new religious community dedicated entirely to caring for the sick. Its members wore a large red cross on their black robes, a symbol that would become famous around the world. But the challenges didn't stop. When deadly plague swept through cities, many people ran away in fear. Camillus and his companions did the opposite. They walked straight into the danger. They cared for the sick, carried the dying to safety, fed the hungry, and comforted families who had lost everything. Some of his followers even gave their own lives while helping others. Camillus believed there was no greater way to serve God than by serving those who were suffering. Even as he grew older, his own health became worse. His leg wound never fully healed. He lived with pain almost every day. Yet he refused to let suffering make him bitter. Instead, it made him more compassionate. By the time Camillus died in 1614, he had transformed the way many people thought about health care. He proved that medicine wasn't only about treating illness. It was also about treating people with kindness, respect, and love. The religious order he founded continued his mission long after his death, serving hospitals, disaster victims, and people in need across many countries. Today, St. Camillus of Lellis is remembered as the patron saint of the sick, hospitals, nurses, and healthcare workers. His story reminds us that our past does not have to define our future. A gambler became a saint. A man rejected because of his illness became one of history's greatest caregivers. And the wound that caused him so much pain became the very reason he understood the suffering of others. Sometimes, the thing that feels like our greatest weakness can become the greatest way we help the world. That is the lasting legacy of St. Camillus of Lellis.